What is a franchise? You might be thinking that you're not even sure, so let me explain. Think of it like a business in a box. All of the groundwork has already been done for you. So music, lesson plans, policies, systems such as a booking system, emails, websites have already been created, so you're not starting everything from scratch. A franchise is a proven business model, which means that other people are already running their franchises in their local area successfully using that model. You can pick it up, implement it, make it fit your life, and it can help you to reach your goals. Because it's a proven business model, it can help to reduce the risk of failure versus starting something out for yourself. And because of this, lenders such as banks are often more likely to help you fund your business. Being a franchisee running a franchise means that you are your own boss. All of your business decisions are yours, but you're never alone. You have the full support of your local franchisor and also the franchisees that are already running the same businesses as you. There are different franchise models. So some may have just a single franchisor who are often the program founders, and then all of the franchisees are contracted to them. Others, like for us at WOW, have a slightly different structure. So we have a licensor team, we have regional franchisors, and then we have our franchisees. So the licensor team is made up of program founders, company directors, and then other staff members who specialise in areas such as program development, training, and marketing. They hold the rights to all of the programs, the music, the lesson plans, and they also organise and manage the bespoke booking system, the email systems, and the websites. Next, you have the regional franchisors. So that's me for South Wales. The regional franchisors are directly contracted to the licensor. Regional franchisors have years of experience of running their own franchises as franchisees for their chosen programme in their local area. They also then have years of experience in helping to support and guide franchisees in their team within their area. Then you have the franchisees, so that's where you come in. The franchisees are the people that are out there running their businesses, running their WOW classes in their local area, their specific territory, and have the full support of their regional franchisor and the full use of all of the systems that are provided by the licensor team. Okay, so you've heard me talk about the WOW programmes, but what are they? I'll give you a brief synopsis. We have Baby Sensory, Toddler Sense, Mini Professors, Reading Fairy. So Baby Sensory is like our flagship programme. It's been the most well-established and the longest running franchise. We've got 20 years of franchising of Baby Sensory coming up next year, which is just incredible. It's specifically designed to be suitable for babies from birth up to 13 months, and it's a complete learning and development programme. It provides the most wonderful, nurturing and welcoming environment for parents to bring their babies, to spend some lovely quality one-on-one time with them, also carrying out group activities and allowing parents time and space to meet and chat and form those networks that they so very much need. We then follow on with Toddler Sense. So Toddler Sense is the follow-on programme from Baby Sensory. It's suitable for toddlers from 13 months up to 5 years. It is an absolute blast. It's brilliant fun to attend as a parent and of course a toddler, and also to run as a franchisee. It's all about getting toddlers moving, burning off that excess energy, building on all of their physical skills during adventure playtime at the beginning. And then we also allow some structured activities which work on some of the other skills that toddlers need to develop: social skills, communication, more fine motor skills, lots of things like that. Mini Professors is next. That's our science class offering. It's suitable for children from 2 years up to 11, and it's really broad and varied in what you can offer. It could be parent and toddler classes, just week by week, just as you would with Baby Sensory or Toddler Sense. You can also offer it to nurseries and into primary school settings. You can do holiday camps, you can do after school clubs. It's really, really varied and exciting. And again, it is a brilliant programme, all based, as you might imagine, in science and research, and aims to bring all of the wonderful science from the world around us to life for our young, curious minds. Next, we have Reading Fairy, and this, as you might guess, is all about reading. It's about encouraging a love of reading, of books, and of storytelling for life. It's suitable from children from age 1 up to age 5, and it builds with children as they grow and they develop. It's full of nursery rhymes, songs, interactive storytelling, snuggle time with books. It's a really beautiful programme. Two of the most important questions you're probably asking are how much is it going to cost and how much can I earn? I'll try and help you answer those questions now. When you take on a franchise, there's always some initial upfront costs. With a WOW franchise, you have an initial fee to pay. That covers your exclusive territory license and also your full training in both business elements and the class practitioner elements. The initial fee varies depending on the programme that you're choosing to run. Baby Sensory has a higher initial fee, and that's because it's the most well-established long-running franchise. You're also going to have to invest in your equipment. Again, the amount of equipment or the amount of investment for your equipment changes depending on your programme because of the type of equipment required and the amount of it. If you're taking on a franchise from somebody that's already running a business in the area and the programme that you're interested in, then you're likely to have some goodwill to pay to them as well. And that covers basically the value of the business that they've built up. So the value of the brand awareness in their area and that customer base that they've built. There are lots of different ways that you could fund the business. So some are able to part or fully fund through savings or maybe a loan from family members. Some have chosen to get a loan from a bank. Some have been successful in getting a grant from the local council. Some councils offer grants and they've been able to cover all or some of their equipment cost. We've also in South Wales had a few franchisees recently who've been successful in getting one of the government-backed startup loans. These are great. They've got a lower investment rate, a lower interest rate than some of the other bank loans. And they also include mentoring and support through the first year of your business as well. So they can set you up for a really, really successful launch and first year of business. Once you've decided how you're going to fund your business and how much that you need, then you would simply add those repayments onto your ongoing business costs until the loan is paid back. I would always encourage anybody who is self-funded or had a loan from family to do that in the same way so that that investment is paid back again. Once you're up and running, you're going to have some ongoing costs. You can see the main ones here. Some of these are payable upfront and in advance, so you may want to add these to your funding amount so that you're not left short between setting up and taking your first customer payments. Some people wonder what the franchise rental fee pays for. Thinking of it as rent is a good analogy. Some of it covers rent of your systems, such as your booking system, your emails, the website, use of your programme within your exclusive territory. The other portion is where I come in. So that pays for all of the support and the guidance that I offer. As you first start out, we have weekly calls. We can go through every single lesson plan, every single activity, talking through the different tips, different pieces of equipment that you'll need to use. And then sometimes through the training and launch period, we would talk to each other every other day perhaps. As you move on through your business and you gain confidence and independence, then our calls become maybe less frequently, but I can help with bigger decisions too, things like taking on a class leader or maybe exploring the idea of a permanent venue. I always encourage my team to use me as much as possible to get the most out of that franchise rental payment that you're paying. I know the life of a franchisee. I've been there. I've experienced all of those same things. I also understand the life of a franchisee in that sometimes you'll need me outside of the usual working day, and I always try and make myself available for those times that you need me. What about how much you can earn? That's a much more difficult question to answer. Some of it depends on the programme that you're running, and some of it depends on you. The amount of time and effort that you put in marketing your classes, going out finding those new customers, running an outstanding service that your customers will rave about and want to come back for more and more. So it's very difficult for me to give a true example of how much you can earn. To give you an idea of what you might be looking at, we have franchisees who run perhaps 2 days of classes. It fits in with their children and their family life while their children are young, and they might be looking to grow and expand as their children get older and their time needs are different. They might be making turnover of £30,000 to £40,000 per year. On the other end of the spectrum, we have franchisees who are in a different position where they're able to increase the hours, the days that they run classes. Maybe they've got a class leader in place, they might have taken on a permanent venue, and they might be running quite a big business. And they could be bringing turnover of in excess of £100,000 per year. Turnover, just as a point to note, turnover is money through the door. So that's not your profit, it's how much money you're actually bringing in through your classes, your parties, your weekend specials, for example. Your ongoing costs need to come out of that. So the profit that you make will be less than that, but it just helps to give you a little bit of an idea of what you might be looking at. So for Baby Sensory, Toddler Sense and Reading Fairy, predominantly these are parent and child classes. So that's where your main income is going to come from. You might also run some parties, you might run some weekend specials. You can also sell some of the merchandise, things like grippy socks for Toddler Sense, foil blankets, shakers, things like that for Baby Sensory. So you'll get a little bit of income from that. We also have some partnerships with other businesses such as photography, pottery, and Usborne books. So you might get a little bit of commission from those as well. If you're looking at mini professors, you have those same parent and child classes, but you also have the opportunity to run sessions in nurseries or in schools. Some might be paid directly by those establishments, some might be paid by the parents of the children in those establishments. You could also offer holiday clubs and after school clubs as well. So the revenue streams are much more varied. But when you're starting to look at the financial viability of one of these options, it's really important that you know your number. You need to know how much money you need to bring into your household each month. It's also important to remember that not every class is going to be full all the time. Some of our classes are seasonal. If you're running in schools, for example, then you're not going to have your normal school sessions during the holiday time, but you might be running holiday camps. Or if you're running parent and child classes predominantly with Baby Sensory, Toddler Sense or Reading Fairy, then there are dips as the seasons move along. So when you're doing your estimates, be a little bit more conservative. It's great to know what the potential earnings are, but it's really important to be realistic so that you know if the summer comes along and everybody's desperate to be outside and your numbers dip a little bit, that you're still going to be okay and make the money that you need. Okay, so let's look at the benefits of running a WOW franchise. If you're keen to take the leap into becoming your own boss, but you don't want to start from scratch, then a franchise might be a great option for you. You get a proven curriculum and full training and support in every aspect of running your business and your classes. You get ongoing support in your business and your marketing from myself and from the wider network. You get to use a known, trusted national brand. You get to set your own work schedule, so you can make it fit with your family commitments and you never have to miss an important date again. You get immense job satisfaction. You get to control your financial future. Running a business is never ever easy, but if you're prepared to put in the effort and the hard work, then you will reap the benefits and the rewards that you get in return. Okay, so on the flip side, who is this not for? Running a business will always have an element of risk. There's no sick pay if you take time off, there's no guaranteed income every month, and there's no company pension. If you need the security of employment or the thought of all of this makes you feel anxious, then this might not be the right fit for you. Likewise, if you need a job or a role where you can shut the laptop at the end of the day, go home and forget about work, again, this might not be the right fit. The nature of our businesses means that it does tend to creep into evenings and weekends. That's where the flexible hours piece comes in. So it might be washing of kit, preparing for classes, answering customer messages. If you need a role where it doesn't mingle with your life, then perhaps a different role would suit you better. By the nature of what a franchise is, there are restrictions. Your contract states that you have to run your classes in the prescribed manner in your lesson plans. You have to use the business systems that the licensor provides. You have to allow class visits and assessments by the franchisor to ensure brand guideline adherence. Those restrictions are put in place because experience shows that that provides the best possible service to your customers. But some people find that too restrictive. You could be a really creative person and have lots of ideas of equipment and activities that you want to set up. Maybe then doing something independently would be better for you. Or maybe if you feel like you want to be able to choose any business systems or tools that you want and run your business in any way that you choose to, then, and the involvement with a franchisor might be an interference, then again, maybe something independent would suit you better. Past and present success stories show time and again that the most successful franchisees are those who put their all into their business. If you're looking at having something as a top up to your income, something that you can do one or two days a week, then perhaps this isn't the right fit for you. If you have two jobs, you're trying to do a job and run a business at the same time, it often leads to burnout, and the amount of time and energy required to put into it, you become restricted, and your growth and your profit in your business becomes constrained, and it also has a detrimental impact on the service to your customers. So if you're looking for something as a little bit of a side hustle or a top up, then perhaps this isn't right for you. Okay, so if you're still here, amazing. You're probably starting to get excited, but you've still got questions. Let's look next at training. So when you come on board as a WOW franchisee, you get to experience our world-class training in both the classroom aspect of running your business and also the business side as well. So each of our programs has its own bespoke class practitioner training program that you would attend. It's a mix of in-person, live in class, also online workshops, and then self-directed learning. So within the course, you will gain huge in-depth knowledge into the science, the research, the evidence that has gone into creating your specific program that you've chosen to run. You also gain some live in-class experience, things like setting up the equipment and actually running classes live in class, activities live in class. And you'll also get lots of tips and tricks in how to set up and run your classes, and also classroom management. You then also attend the business induction course, and this is like your business toolkit. So you'll have a deep dive into your specific territory, your ideal customer. You will learn lots of information about marketing, negotiation techniques for things like finding your venues, budgeting, finance, everything that you need to do to be able to successfully run your business. The beauty of the business induction course is that it's not program specific, so you'll have people in there from different programs, so you get that really nice varied perspective. Different programs have different elements that they might need to think about, different ages or different people that they're trying to attract. For example, with many professors, you might be looking at parent and child classes, but also looking at trying to get your sessions into schools. So it provides this really nice mix of different perspectives, different experience levels, and it's just a really wonderful way to gain that insight into running your business. I'm very proud to say that I'm also one of the business induction course leaders as well. Once you've then become a franchisee and you're running your business, you also then have access to continuing professional development CPD modules that cover all sorts of different aspects in running your business. Some have greater in-depth knowledge of some of the science and the research aspects for your program, and then others will be tailored more towards the business side as well. So our training really is incredible, and we're very proud to be able to provide it for all of our franchisees. So you may have been surprised when we looked at the numbers of how much investment there is in the equipment for your program. That's because there is such a high quality of equipment that you'll be supplied with, and also depending on the program, there's a lot of it. You'll be supplied with lots of branded items which will really help to elevate your classes and put you ahead of the rest. You're going to need to think about where you're going to store your kit and how you're going to transport it. So do you have a garage at home that you could use, or a spare bedroom perhaps? Or are you going to need external storage facility for it? If you are, then you obviously need to factor that into your costs, and also into the time in your week for going to the facility and packing your kit and preparing for your classes. You also need to think about transporting it, so whether you've got a big enough car, or if you've got a van, or if you'd like to upgrade into a van, particularly for some of the programs such as Toddler Sense, which have a lot of large items of kit. You may well need a van, and again, you're going to have to factor that into your financials as you're investigating. Okay, so let's think about your contract and your exit strategy. When you enter into a franchise, you're signing a contract. In the case of WOW, that's a 5-year contract, and it would be with myself as your regional franchisor. Your contract includes your obligations in running your business and providing your classes to your customers. It includes my obligations to you in terms of my support, and also the obligations of the licensor in providing the business systems such as the booking system, websites, etc. Within your contracted time, you are liable for paying your franchise rental and your other business costs, as well as providing the service and your classes to your customers. So what happens if you change your mind, or you decide that you no longer want to run your business? Well, you'll have spent potentially years building up a lovely, profitable business, and you can sell that on. It's ultimately your responsibility to find a new franchisee. However, they will become my franchisee. So I would work with you to ensure that they're a really good fit and that they're going to make a great success in taking on the business that you've built up and that you're handing over to them. Wow, that was a lot of information. Thank you so much for watching. So I hope that you now feel excited about this journey that you could be about to embark upon. I expect you also feel a little bit nervous and you have more questions. If you'd like to continue to explore this opportunity, then you can book a 20-minute call with myself. During the call, we can talk about your goals, your aspirations, what's driving you towards thinking about taking this next step in your career journey, also where you're based and which programme you think you might be interested in running. And I hope to chat with you really soon.